Hi. I would like to share my experiences um, during meditation. Yeah, because here's the thing, there's some people who have been trying to meditate, but you're probably like me. There's probably two types of audience. The one that seems to get there, but then there's problems with it, and there's the ones that are been doing it but don't know they're doing it because I used to do it or still do it, and I still and I didn't know I was doing it because you would think that you think that your imagination isn't it, it's just your imagination, but guess what, it is it. Your imagination is part of meditation, is part of creation, is part of creating. Okay, so basically when I go to meditate, what I do is I just get comfy. I don't really have a way. I either lay down or I sit. Sometimes I'm pacing around the house, but that's because I believe that life is a meditation, and I believe that you can be open 24/7, so you can talk to spirits and be connected 24/7. So I'm always talking to either a spirit or someone. So my connection is like all the time, or at least this is how it should be, as they call the connection with the universe, the connection with it all, because the all is always with you. So I walk around consciously knowing that it's there, no matter what I say or what's happening. Stop it. Memes. Okay, so how do I get there? Well, there are ways to get there. One way is the whole imagine nothing or think of nothing. So literally just try to think of a black screen. And then every time you think of something, just think of the black screen again. Think of nothing. Like literally try to think of nothing. Like effort, like it sounds funny, but try to think of nothing. If that doesn't seem to work, because it has worked to me, it seems silly and weird, but it's like you go blank because you're thinking of nothing. So you're constantly holding something there. Wow, how do I even explain that? Because that's like a feeling too. Okay, another way is that I tell myself that I am not my thoughts. And I am gotten to the point that I feel this sense of relief and letting go of everything, of worry and how to solve this and what about this and all the ifs and buts and all the regrets and all the random thoughts that have nothing to do with this time right now. And that stuff goes away. Like it literally just it starts creating like this barrier between you recognizing thoughts and you recognizing self. And then when you recognize self, you then recognize that your thoughts aren't yours. It's just a mechanism for this world to function. And you are actually mostly being. So you're mostly vibrating like bzzz. And it causes a separation to the point that you start to recognize your true self. Best way that I can describe that. Another way of doing it is by imagining that you are in a place, your favorite place, or a place. Some people get buildings, some people get meadows, some people get the beach, the mountain, a top of the Himalayas, a temple, like usually a building or a place where you can walk through a hallway, or a place, or an environment. And usually as you walk, the environment is supposed to become more and more vivid and more real as you continue to walk. Like the ground, you're supposed to feel the ground more, the plants, um, the the rocks, the wind hitting you, the weather, the sun. I have felt the sun. I have felt like me being at the beach and being rocking slowly in a hammock, because when you are in those different places, I try my very best to actually feel these places. I like to touch them. I like to touch the plant, the sand, um, feel in my back if I'm laying on something. Like, try my best to feel and touch, smell, and experience my environment as best as I can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it takes a lot more of that, of a constant touching. Usually, sometimes I am meditating with my guide, and my guide is walking next to me as I'm going, you're saying, yeah, yeah. And all my guides can do is just look at me as I am like touching the walls, touching the floor, and they're just smiling at me because they know what I'm doing. They know what I'm trying to do. Um, and it's very exciting. I've gotten to the point that sometimes I can feel more than I can smell. Other times I can do nothing but smell. Like, I was in an area where there was ground and grass, and I couldn't smell the ground. But then I was in an area where I was like in heaven, in a universe with stars and everything. It was like a mashup, and all I smelled was sugar. All I smelled was sugar everywhere. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what I can smell? And I do that with my dragons. When I meditate with my dragons, I touch them. I touch their hands. I touch their horns. Like, I talk to them. They are fun. They are my favorite beings to play with and do things with. And he kind of sometimes pushes me and helps me. One way to know that you get there, well, you get feelings. You'll feel it. You will feel it. It will be a feeling that you won't be able to describe. You won't be able to say. It's more like, it's an experience. And when you have an experience, that's how you know you got there. Sometimes my cue is I end up crying. Tears end up showing up. So a lot of tears show. And I get very emotional. Very emotional. It becomes very hard for me to sometimes speak or to write down, because I'm trying to learn how to write this stuff down as it's happening. Again, not very easy, because I am doing it with my eyes open, but all you're going to see is, and it's kind of freaky. You're just like, are you there? Are you staring at me? What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. So, it's fun. Use your imagination. Like, your imagination can lead you there. Like, bring out your child side. Literally bring out your child side. And explore and play with all these places. Like, if you see food, try to eat the food. I have eaten food there before, and it's awesome. It's fun. It's like I have multiple drawings of me doing that too. I like to draw my things. Like, I go through portals, through these doors. They look white, and that's how I change from one space to the other. So, in the very beginning of a meditation, if you see that door, then congratulations. Walk yourself there, because you have made it. And whatever you end up seeing in the other side, go have fun, go see it. Um, I say give it a chance. I know your mind can be jumpy, because my mind is very jumpy too. Like, in the middle of meditations, I have touched flowers and seen waterfalls and felt the fresh, brisk air, and then, uh, oh no, I left the lights on downstairs, and I'm like, oh, whoa, great. Like, I sometimes ruin it for myself too. So don't worry about it. It's just about being stubborn about this craft and not letting that get you down, because this is supposed to be a fun process, not a dictatorship of like, oh no, my spiritual, like, I can't do the thing, and I'm trying to relax. Some people don't try to do it for the spiritual, they do it for like the relaxing part. Then do that. Do an activity that you used to love when you were a child. You can do that as a type of meditation, because it brings back those good vibes and memories, and it makes you vibrate, which will bring a lot of positive energy. You don't necessarily need to sit down in one place. Don't let that dictate what a meditation is. Meditation can be anything as long as you're very concentrated to the point that you are in the zone. Meditation is like being in the zone too. It has many shapes and forms, and it has many benefits, from healing traumas to healing wounds to healing your psyche, heals all kinds of things. So I think some people lose the chance to do something fun because of the misconceptions of what it is, because of certain ideas. But I don't do a lot of the sittiness I used to, and I can still reach those high points. Sometimes I have to make sure I am not on the steps while I'm doing this, because I can definitely kind of walk into another existence. But just know that meditation is possible in many different ways, not just that one. And if you do want to have a visions of the vivid, you have to make sure that you are touching things and trying to remember the how the ground smells, how the flower smells, or if you remember fishing, how did that smell? I don't know. Doing laundry, even. Whatever makes you happy. Do it as practice. Picture yourself as a child and just play around with whatever you can create there. Let your inner child play, because that's what spirit wants. That's what we need again, to go back to that. Thank you for listening and taking the suggestion. That's up to you.